Okay, let's dive right into this. Look, if you've ever felt completely, utterly stuck financially, even though you're doing absolutely everything, quote, right, trust me, you are not alone. Today in this explainer, we're unpacking John Assaraf's masterclass on money. And what's super interesting is that his blueprint actually flips standard financial advice totally on its head. Instead of starting with spreadsheets or stock picks, it starts somewhere entirely unexpected, right inside your own subconscious mind.
So ask yourself honestly, are you working smart or are you just working hard? It's such a relatable frustration, isn't it? You put in these grueling, back-breaking hours, but your bank account just never seems to reflect that effort. It's like every time you finally get a little bit ahead, life just swoops in and wipes out your progress. We really need to rethink that whole approach because, as we're going to see, pure effort alone, it simply isn't enough to move the needle.
Because money, it's ultimately just a societal exchange mechanism. If you think you can just sit around on a meditation cushion and pray or tap your way to attracting wealth, you're relying on what Asarov playfully calls hopium. And hopium doesn't pay the bills. You need a strategic, concrete blueprint. Working hard is a prerequisite, sure, but to truly win the game of money, it always comes down to strategy over struggle. This actually brings us to a really powerful psychological truth. We don't see the world as it is, we only see the world as we are. Basically, your external financial reality is essentially just a giant mirror, and it's reflecting your internal economic blueprint right back at you. If deep down, subconsciously, you believe you just aren't good enough, well, you will completely sabotage your own success. And that happens no matter how brilliant your actual business strategies might be.
And this is where we get into this fascinating concept of your financial persona. Think of it like a subconscious mask that you wear whenever dealing with money, which secretly dictates all your habits and your level of confidence. Imagine for a second someone handed you a Hollywood script and you were cast to play a millionaire. How would you walk? How would you speak? You literally have to become the role in your mind before you can ever achieve those results out in the physical world.
Right, so how do we actually pull this off in the real world? Asaraf gives us a very clear three-step formula. First, you have to actively build your self-worth to increase your deserving level. Second, you alter that financial persona right now. Literally start walking and talking like the wealthy person you intend to become. And third, you upgrade your practical skills. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. This isn't instant magic. It takes about 90 to 180 days of deliberate daily visualization and practice to actually rewire those deep subconscious habits.
Let's ground this for a second. Take Asaraf's own story. I mean, he wasn't born with this perfect millionaire mindset. Actually, he dropped out in grade 11 after totally failing math and English. He carried around this profound, heavy self-doubt for years. But he used these tangible visualization techniques to finally silence his inner critic. He deliberately evolved his entire financial self-image from the inside out.
So what did he do? He used this massive visual pattern interrupt to reprogram his brain. He literally wrote a check to himself for $100 million. Yep, $100 million. He was aiming for his company equity to hit that exact mark within 5 years, and he kept that check folded up in his pocket every single day. Every time his hand brushed against that piece of paper, it sent this electrical jolt of focus straight to his brain, forcing his daily actions to align with his ultimate financial vision. But, and this is a really crucial pivot here, once you've shifted that internal mindset, you can't just stop there. You have to step up and apply the physical laws of earning in the real world. The internal work gives you that bulletproof confidence, absolutely, but the external work is what actually generates the cash. Visualizing wealth is great, but you must master the real-world mechanics of value exchange. You literally have to look out at the marketplace objectively and ask yourself, does the world actually need your knowledge, or your idea, or your service? Asaraf points to the hula hoop and pet rocks to prove this point, which is just perfect. I mean, think about it. Someone literally put a rock in a cardboard box and made millions of dollars. Why? Because it was marketed brilliantly to solve a specific consumer desire. You simply have to offer real value that people actually want to trade their hard-earned money for. When you finally snap these two pieces together, the internal mindset and the external strategy, the contrast is just night and day. On one side, limiting beliefs will keep you completely stuck in a rut, paralyzed by this constant fear of failure. But on the flip side, developing a true millionaire mindset gives you the unstoppable confidence to take those necessary risks. It literally shatters those destructive, self-sabotaging patterns and allows you to finally step out and into your full potential. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to rewrite your own subconscious money story? It definitely takes time, and it takes a serious willingness to ignore that annoying inner critic, but the blueprint is sitting right there for the taking. Listen, if you found this explainer helpful and you want to keep upgrading your mindset with us, please make sure to like this explainer, drop a comment down below with your absolute biggest takeaway, and definitely subscribe to the channel for more focused insights. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you on the next one.